What is going on? I wasn't going to show you this, but I guess everything's content, isn't it? Got elephants over there. Started to take apart one of the parts car Mustangs. This is the one with the Roush blower on it. It does run and it does move, but subsequently found out that both motor mounts and the trans mount are all broken on this thing. So, but it does run and drive. Yeah. Started taking it apart today. Got it in here. Guess I'll show you what I end up taking off of it to keep and what I'm gonna sell. Keeping the motor out of it with the supercharger and the harness and all that. I'll probably end up selling the trans. It's a MT82, I think it is. I know it has aftermarket springs on it, wheels, tires. It's got the big brakes up front. I don't know if you can see them or not. This one's got navigation. Nice seats. I might try and keep these seats. Maybe fix this. Put them in one of the other cars. But, yeah, I had the rear seat delete in there. I deleted it and sold it. Got somebody coming for the trunk lid with the spoiler. And a couple people interested in some other stuff. Wheels and tires ain't bad looking, but I'll probably end up selling them. I don't think they'll look right on anything I got. I don't know. See how much money I can make back off of this thing. Alright, well, I'll get at it a little bit more right now. I'm waiting for somebody to come pick some stuff up. Hopefully they show up soon, as I'm hungry. And like that, I have a pile of parts. Took out the center console, the gauge cluster, the steering wheel, the radio with the navigation, the sync module, all that. From what I could tell, the radio with the navigation and the sync module, all that should be worth right around $500. Steering wheel about $150, I believe. In the center console, probably another $150. So hopefully there's about $800 sitting there, $800. So we'll see. That'd be a nice chunk back out of this car. And with that, I'm done for today. I'm starving. My son's starving. We gotta go. So see you back there in a little bit. Another day and more work. Pull the front wheels off. I put an ad up on Marketplace for the doors and I had 3 people ask about the wheels because I guess you could see one of the wheels in the. So I decided to pull the wheels off, and then I realized I don't have anything that's gonna fit over the Brembo brakes, so I decided to leave it on jack stands and pull the brakes off. So I'm gonna pull the brakes off now. Just did some research to try and figure out what exactly a conversion kit consists of, like if I were to sell it as a kit, and I think I can get away with pulling off the caliper, the rotor, the dust shield, and the brake line. I think that's all a kit consists of. So should be able to get another $500 or $600 out of these front brakes. So let's get at it. And very darkly, there you have it. Got both. That side's a little better. Both sides apart. Off the car, ready to sell. I'm guessing $500 to $600 for the whole setup there. Still need to figure out what I'm going to put these wheels up for. Wait till I get the other 2 off. Right now, I think I'm going to try and pop these springs out. They are HMR, or no, not HMR. HMR is a gun. They are BMR lowering springs, 1.5-inch lowering springs. I imagine that's what's in it all the way around. So I'm gonna see how, I'm probably gonna drop the engine out anyways. All this needs to come apart anyhow, so I'm just going to take care of that right now. So I can be that much further ahead when I get to that point. Well, that's what I got done today. Front brakes are off. Wheels and tires are off. Got the front springs out. Got the rocker molding covers off. Got the rear bumper cover off. I think I'm going to do a little bit more work on the interior today and call it quits. Maybe you guys can keep track of this for me. Rocker moldings, I'm pretty sure I can get about 200 for the pair. Bumper cover, 250 to 300. Brakes, 500 to 600. Wheels and tires I put up for $750. They've got some pretty decent Mickey Thompson street comp tires on them. Springs I'll probably sell front and rear together once I get the rears out. I'm guessing maybe 150, 200 bucks on those. I'm, thinking off the top of my head. Navigation setup, I'm going to try to sell all the pieces together for probably around 500. Center console, probably another 150. Gauge cluster, I think 150. Steering wheel, 150. Got a guy coming tomorrow for the trunk lid. I think I told him 175 with the spoiler and the panel. I think that's a pretty fair price. I think he wants the interior carpet too from the trunk. So, you guys add it up and tell me what you think. Am I off? Am I low? Am I high? What? I was trying to do some research on what I should save and not save off of here as far as the harness goes. It looks like the best route to go with swapping one of these into an older vehicle will be to save the engine harness with the ECM and the gas pedal and whatever else, and buy a body harness from like Powered by the Hour or similar company. I don't know if there is anybody else that sells them, but the Powered by the Hour harness, get one of those, use it with this harness and this ECM, and get the pads deleted. I think that's going to be the route to go. The OEM body harness has a lot of extra stuff that I'm not going to use, so I'm just not seeing. So I'm not seeing the benefit of using it. So I still have some research to do, so we'll see. But I still have one more of these cars to take apart. This isn't the only one. Actually, this drivetrain, I don't even know what I'm doing with this drivetrain yet. This is just, this is one of those deals. It was the right price, so I bought it. I really don't need this drivetrain, but I will have it on hand for something. So the other car has the drivetrain that's going to go into private pile. I still haven't decided. Is it going to be private pile or major pile or general pile? See, general pile kind of sounds like a demotion from major, because it's kind of a major pile, right? But we'll see. Besides the motor, the harness, trans, exhaust, rear axle, I think that's it. I'm going to save these seats and see if I can get the driver's one stitched up. I'm not worried about putting the airbag back in, so don't yell at me for saying that's unsafe. These seats will never go back into another vehicle that is going to make use of the airbags, so I got nothing to worry about. Got a buddy I think wants his dashboard. He wants to try and retrofit it in a Mazda RX-7. Hey, more power to him, right? Oh, all right. I'm gonna pop these seats out of here right now before I take off. All right, I think I'm officially done for the day. Got the seats out. I'd like to see if I can get that one stitched up so I could put these back in maybe private pile. We'll see. So I forgot about something. This guy was in the trunk. What this basically is, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is like a booster pump for like for the fuel pump. And this is the main difference between like, what was it, stage 2 and stage 3 Roush supercharger. So I had to get that out of the trunk along with all of its wiring and all the wiring for the wideband and the boost gauge. Oh, that's a little spaghetti mess, but got it out. I'll still pull the door panels off. Pretty sure I can get about 200 bucks for them. And undecided if I'm going to pull the body harness or not. I might just in case. I don't know if I need it. So I'm going to call that Power by the Hour and see what they tell me. Because I think I could just use one of their body harnesses and get the pats deleted and be golden. But interior is pretty much done. It does have some Infinity speakers in it. I don't know if those are factory or not, but they are definitely Infinities. And well, I don't know, they look aftermarket, but I don't know enough about these. I'm sure they have some value. Said someone's coming for the trunk tomorrow. Well, stock or aftermarket? I don't know. Well, they got like aftermarket connectors on them, so I assume they're aftermarket. Makes me wonder what's inside the trunk. Not the trunk, the doors. I wonder if the door speakers were upgraded as well. So besides the obvious, which is the engine trans, I gotta get the harness out. Engine trans, the harness, and rear axle, exhaust, rear springs, and probably fuel tank. And this thing will be ready to go. Oh, doors. Still gotta pull the doors off. All right, gotta do some grocery shopping. See you guys in a bit. I'm just a little tired. My in-laws took my child today. Gave me a chance to work by myself. And I got a little carried away. Forgot about you guys. I'm sorry. Just follow the trail of pieces, I guess. Yeah, it's out. I'm tired. I am genuinely tired. Fun fact, the engine is not technically bolted to the K-member. It's just sitting there. Just like I originally suspected and kind of relieved. Both motor mounts are broken, but the block is not broken. The block's fine. It's just the actual cast mount's broke, along with the cast trans mount. So motor is totally fine, which is awesome. And yes, it's a Gen 1, but it's got the Roush blower on it, and it's a stage 3 setup, so we're good. I will probably end up selling the MT82 because I do have a couple T56s, and if this ends up going in anything that I own, it'll get a T56, not an MT82. So add that to parts list of things that will be sold. I think I got $700 or $800 for the last one I sold. Oh, this one's only got about 40,000 on it. I didn't really pull much else off the car to sell today. I did pull the dashboard out because my buddy wants to retrofit it into an old RX-7 because he's weird like that. I don't think it's going to happen, but if he doesn't want it, I'm sure I can get something out of it. Maybe another $100, who knows. So now that I confirmed that the block is fine and dandy and good, I can walk through my mess. I'll show you this guy. Let's move the giant Hummer. Uh-oh. That wasn't good. Just broke the Hummer. I'm very tired. Now that I know that that motor's good, I feel better about selling this one. This is actually a Gen 2 engine with like stupid low miles on it, like 5,800 miles, I believe it had on it. It is it's out of a 16 or 17 GT. And it's got the MT82 behind it. I was originally going to put this in my green F100, but I think the motor I just pulled will probably end up in my F100 if I don't decide to use the NASCAR motor. And, well, I've got too much crap, so I gotta sell something to keep moving forward with my projects. Because, you know, gotta justify some things. I'll probably rob the motor mounts off of it and put that up for sale. I actually have a Ford Racing control pack for a Gen 2 motor. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not. Oh, I still need to pull the rest of the exhaust off and the rear axle and the springs. I'm actually giving the car to the gentleman that's got a unit across from me. I give him all my scrap. Well, he was here a little while ago, and he's like, I'll take the car. He's going to try and sell the quarters and stuff off of it. So, hey, more power to him. And then when I told him that it's got 3/4 of a tank of gas in it, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely taking this car. So, all right. More power to you, Henry. More power to you. He's got some cool stuff. He's got it was like a 74 Cadillac or 72 Cadillac, and it's got a 6.5 turbo diesel in it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think he's putting an NV 3500 behind it, but it runs and drives right now with the automatic trans, so it's pretty sweet. All right, well, that takes care of that one. Hope you guys are keeping track better than I was. Maybe tell me what I should end up with parting out what I'm not keeping. Because long as some of that pays for the power by the hour body harness that I just purchased for private pile. Because after looking at this body harness and this thing, it doesn't look like fun to try and piece that into a car. Oh, all right. I gotta get cleaned up and go eat. And I am beat. So, Happy New Year. And now that I'm a little more awake, there you have it. It is done and ready to be picked up for the final journey of its life. Probably get scrapped. I think he's going to try to sell the quarters and stuff off of it. We'll see. It's up for him to decide. Did notice that, I don't know if you call this the subframe or frame rail, whatever, crush box, something, that's got a little bit of damage. It's supposed to look like this one, but it don't. So I think so I don't know, maybe it's not fixable, but it don't matter. Pulled the fuel pump out because I don't know if it's, you know, aftermarket or whatnot, and we drained all the fuel out. Neil put some in his Harley and in his truck, so it's going to good use. Got the rear axle out, got the exhaust out. All right, the rear axle was a learning experience. If we're gonna do it again, we'd probably take this control arm off first and then do the lowers. Actually, yeah, that would probably make more sense. Do the lowers last. Get everything else off, then do the lower control arms last. We did it kind of the opposite, and it was pretty sketchy towards the end. But luckily it didn't fall on either one of us. It did push Neil back though. He went flying back over here and almost hit the lamb. It was crazy how much force was behind that thing. But yeah, it's done. It's ready to be picked up. And I just gotta do some reorganizing in here, clean up. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's I don't know, like a few weeks later. I had a holiday party I had to get ready for in here. But yeah, motor is out and waiting. And look, there's no more transmission on it either. So sold some stuff off the car. Can't remember everything off the top of my head, but it added up to right around $3,100 I sold off of it so far. So I think I had right around $6,000 into the car. You know what, don't hold me to that. I gotta look it up again. I think I paid $5,200 for the car plus fees and whatnot. So it came out to right around $6,000 plus the transport. So it was like $6,800 or $6,900, right around there. So I sold about $3,100 off of it. So let's say $6,800 minus 31 be what, 37? So right now I'm in it for $3,700, and I've got good running, known good, 50,000 mile first gen Coyote motor with the Roush was a stage 2 or 3 supercharger kit for $3,700, and it's got the long tube headers on it still, and those are like $2,000 headers. So I'm pretty happy with those results, and I still have, I think, right around $2,000, maybe a little more worth of parts that I still have yet to sell from it. I know I will. Some of it I just need to get listed on eBay. So if I can get this down closer to the $2,000 mark, which I'm pretty sure I will, that's a phenomenal deal on a 50,000 mile Coyote with long tube headers and the harness and Roush supercharger. I think so. I'm pretty excited about that. And that's where we're at on that one. And now we get to start on this one, which Neil started without me, just totally fine. He got the seats out of it and started dissecting the front end. We pulled the intercooler off. The intercooler is actually in great shape. It's got a couple little dents in it, but it's totally usable. Just some of the intercooler piping needs to be replaced, unfortunately, but hey, I'd rather replace the piping than an intercooler. But I'll show you this one in the next video, so see you later.